Sony MDR7506 earphones, which are incredible. I mean, absolutely brilliant. So good that I forget that I own them. In fact, I forget that I should have long since done a review on them. Now, the question is, why do I think they are so great? Because I have to say, to listen to music, I don't love them that much. If I'm listening to music, I would wear these every single time. These are the AKG K702 earphones. They're very musical, they're very mellow, they just make a beautiful music listening to experience, as good as the best speakers I've ever come across. Just wonderful. But they're absolutely rubbish for recording audio. Now, as soon as I have finished recording this, I am going to I'm going to swap these Sony MDR7506s for these K702s to do the mix, because the mix comes out better with these. So why are the Sonys so good? Well, there are several reasons they're so good. I have kicked the crud out of these, carried them literally all over England. I listen to them in the car sometimes. I listen to them in my computer when I'm in bed sometimes. Now, why would I do that? Well, let's start. What these are designed for is for monitoring. So they're not designed for mixing and then etc. What they're designed for is working in a loud environment, giving you two things: complete isolation of the external environment so it doesn't get into the earphones, so you hear only what's the microphones are listening to, and the other way around. They don't let sound out, and that's why I might listen to music in bed with these, because I won't disturb my wife. But put it another way, if I take this microphone here and stick this there, I get no feedback. You'll get feedback if you put it in there, but you get no feedback whatsoever, even though I'm talking straight into this microphone. So we're going to turn this mic right up. Yeah, that's the red one. So that's turned right up. Now it's just getting a bit of feedback, a little bit there if I put it right up next to the earphone. Now, let's go over to the other ones, the AKG 702s, which are an open back design. There, immediately we're starting to get quite a bit of feedback, which we just didn't get on the Sonys at the same volume. So you put my head down to this microphone immediately. So they are completely inappropriate for recording. So I will take them off because they're still whistling a bit. Okay. And that actually goes back to the other thing which about the AKGs compared to the Sonys, is the AKGs require a lot of punch. Most of the time I use my little dot valve amplifier for driving them, because a normal output just isn't enough to drive them. So these are excellent for sound isolation. The other thing is that they are not people say they're super neutral. I don't even think, I think they go beyond neutral. They don't have a distinct thumpy bass like a lot of earphones, but they are ridiculously sensitive to the mids and highs. They almost over accentuate them, and what that does, which is brilliant, is let you hear all the detail in the signal and pick up any interference, any crackle, any hiss in a way that other earphones might hide. If something sounds good on these, it will sound good on absolutely anything. So if you set up your sound, set up your recording with the 7506s, you will have brilliant sound. If you set up your sound with something forgiving, like normal earbuds or the 702s, then you will end up with potentially sound with lots of contamination that you never noticed. So again, there are lots of really good reasons for using these. The other ergonomic things about these is that they fold really small, just push them together. They come in a little pouch, which I haven't got here right now, and then you can stick that in your bag. in terms of listening at work or listening on the bus, this curly cable, which is absolutely brilliant in an environment like this because it constantly reorganizes itself. Do you notice how much fumbling I had to do with the K702 cable that's already got itself wrapped up again? This doesn't. But that's quite impractical out there in the real world. So these are a recording set of headphones. They're incredibly robust. You can wear them for hours. They're incredibly comfortable. They're brilliant. If you want to listen to music, they will give you an intense experience, but not a mellow, beautiful one. So if you're recording, I could not recommend these earphones more highly. They are brilliant. If you're going to go out and buy one set of earphones to do recording, DJing, and all that kind of stuff with, get the Sony MDR7506s. Thank you very much indeed for listening, and see you next time.